So lashes are just, they're so tricky.
Shawty dance on the pole, couple bands on the floor. Remember days I was poor, I was trapping at the store. Now I got a bankroll, feeling like I'm bankroll. Got a bag and they know, ride around with Draco. Shawty dance on the pole, couple bands on the floor. Remember days I was poor, I was trapping at the store. Now I got a bankroll.
So welcome back to another video. So today I actually am going to be doing a 2-in-1 video. So this video might be a little bit long. I'll try my best not to make it too long. So what I'm going to be doing today is an eyebrow tutorial on how I do my eyebrows and a eyelash application. So let's get right into this video. Let's not waste no more time. Let's get right into it. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna do is start off with eyebrow pencil. So I am going to be using my MAC brow pencil in the color Spike. So right now what we're gonna do, this pencil actually came with a brush, a spoolie brush at the end, but then it has its of course, you know, you can twist and it comes out, but I don't need that much, so we're gonna push it back. So for now we're gonna go ahead and just kind of like brush our brows. My brows, I'm actually probably gonna wax my brows tomorrow, so I'm not gonna really clean them up too much right now, but for the most part they're already pretty done up well, because I did recently clean them up not too long ago, so they're still kind of like grown back in, but they're not like super bushy or anything at the moment. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the pencil and just kind of line up underneath the brow. Sorry if you guys can't really see, I think the light is just too bright, but keep in mind I am looking at myself in the phone. I'm not looking at myself in the mirror this time, so bear with me if it looks a little crazy, but for the most part I will do my best at explaining while I go. So right now I'm just underlining, and then I'm going to line the top. So when you line the top, let me tell you real quick, when you lining the top of your brow, you want to follow, literally you want to follow above the hair. Don't go further up, because then you're creating more of an issue for yourself to clean. So you just want to literally go above the brow, above the hair. And if you have an arch, you want to follow your arch. Some people have it, some people don't. I have a natural arch. Sometimes I make mine a little bit sharper when I either wax or when I clean my brows. So I'm just gonna follow what I have right now. My face is a little oily, so it's gliding really good, but anyway. And then now I'm just gonna take the pencil and just lightly fill it in. Not heavy, not too much, just enough. See? Just enough, right? Sometimes if you feel like it's too dark, you can take the spoolie, if you have it on your brow brush, and just kind of like lightly brush it, just lightly brush it in the inside to kind of like brush the darkness. That's another good way. If it's too much, take like a brush, almost like this type of brush, and just like brush it a little bit, but brush it going towards the end. That way you're not like messing up your outline. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and do this same thing we did to this side to the other side, And with this, we're just gonna go ahead and speed this process up because we're literally doing the same thing that we did to the other side, to the other brow, to this side. So now the next step after you've outlined your brows, you are now going to take your concealer of your choice. Everyone has their preference of a concealer. I personally cannot tell you what concealer to use. I use the MAC Pro Longwear concealer. This has been like my go-to concealer. Unfortunately, I just haven't tried a new one. Actually, that's a lie. I have tried a new one. I've tried multiple, and again, everything is your preference. This is what I just have at the moment. This is what I continue to buy. So yeah, we just gonna go ahead and what I got. But anyway, so you're gonna take your concealer. What I normally do with my concealer, I'm gonna be honest, this is empty, so I was able to get some in here. I put some in here. So what I'll do is I will take my flat brush, which is a concealer brush, or in my case I use this for a concealer, but it's a flat angled brush, and when you're using it, you want to use it to where the point part is starting here. So when you do it, you want it to start where the point, and then you want to come and create your you want to follow the trace that you created when you did your brow, when you did the pencil. So you're pretty much at this point now, you're tracing. So we're gonna go ahead and take our concealer, and I normally start off with a little bit of concealer on the brush. So right now there is enough to hopefully get me from the front to the end. All right, so we are going to take the brush with the concealer, and you're gonna start just a little bit, like a centimeter, if that, from where your actual pencil lining is. Kind of come out just enough and just follow the pencil, but do it underneath, just like this. And so you see how it curved. What I'm doing is literally following how I traced my brow. So your concealer is literally like your paint. You are tracing what you created. Coming all the way to the end. It's okay to go out. Don't forget, like, it's okay. So then what you're gonna do, you're gonna take a little bit more concealer again, just how you see when I did the first time. And this time you're gonna do the top. You're gonna take and do the top brow. Normally I would do both bottom at the same time. I mean, not at the same time, but I would do the bottom on one side and then the bottom on the other side, and then I'll go ahead and do the top parts last. But in this case, we're just gonna go ahead, since we already started, and continue with this brow. Again, you're gonna take the tip part of your brow your brow brush, and start. I normally don't start all the way up here, like right in this area. I start like literally where the penciling starts. So then you're just gonna trace and right now a little too pointy, so you just bring it down just a little bit. It's okay if you get a little wobbly. It happens. So, and then you can always just fix it. So as you can see right now, what I end up having to do, because I was running out of the concealer, I had to go back and redip and put more concealer in the spots where you see it started to get lightened up again, to where it looks like the hair was showing. So you do that, and when you do that, it's kind of gonna make your brow a little bit skinny. Don't panic. Do not worry about it. I'm looking at myself in the mirror because it's hard to see on the camera because the glare from the light. So I'm trying to make sure that I got my brows to my liking. So since I don't, I am going to go back in with what I have still on the brush and just come down just a little bit to make it just a little bit more smaller. So now it's a little bit more smaller, which is perfect. Again, I'm kind of having a hard time seeing, but it's okay. We can fix them. So then you want to just take your brush, and right now what I'm doing is I'm cleaning the end. That way I'm not losing too much hair, because you don't want to have a brow and then when you get to the end it's like, well, where's the rest of your hair? Like, where's the rest of your brow hair? So yeah, so the same thing that we did on this side, we're gonna do on this side. So you know what that means. We're gonna go ahead and speed this process up and do the same thing to the other side, and I will then take a break to kind of show you up close what your brows should look like. So now that we have both sides done, we are going to take the same brush that we used to conceal and just bring down the concealer. This part, you kind of want to be careful because you don't want to go too fast and mess up the inside of the brow. So right now we're just blending out the concealer. And you want to drag as much of the concealer out from under the brow, especially when you're doing a look where it doesn't contain like any eyeshadow. So always make sure you are bringing down as much of that concealer as possible. So as you can see, hopefully it doesn't look too blurred, but I am just bringing down the concealer. So now you see how it's starting to look when you actually start to clean it up. And then that also helps you know if you need to go back in and add more concealer to but if you need to add more concealer to make the brow smaller, you know, if it's still too big. So now we're just gonna do the same thing to the top, just blend it out. Be careful that you don't mess up your brow, because yeah, you don't want to do that. All right, so pretty much what you just did was you took that concealer and you blended it out. So now you're gonna do the same thing to the other side, same way. Be careful, the side is still kind of wet, I like to let my concealer dry just a little bit, and as you can see, I already done kind of screwed up, but that's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. The reason why I say it's better to have like fresh brows, and when I say fresh brows, either arched, waxed, however you get your brows done, because when you're putting the concealer on, when you put your makeup on, like the concealer, it actually makes a really big difference of how your eyebrows come out. It actually really does. Now, there may be some professionals who know how to work around it, but me personally, I just think it looks way more clean and ready to go when my brows are already like done. I've been doing my brows for a minute, and I feel like they're getting a little bit better. They're not the best, but they're getting better and better. That's why I say you gotta be careful, because now I'm going into the brow. But yeah, so there we go. So yeah, so you just want to keep, you know, blending it out, and especially like in the top part, because you also, another reason why, oh, I keep doing it, another reason why you want to make sure you try to get as much of the conceal out, pulled out, is because when you take a picture, concealer will flash back on you. So one way that I normally do my concealer is I take foundation, or I take this brush. I'm not sure what kind of brush this is. My mom actually gave it to me. This is a smudge brush. Sorry, this is a smudge brush. So basically, what I normally use this brush for is to, if this brush doesn't help enough for me, I'll take the smudge brush and kind of just like blend it out just a little bit more. So that's what I do. And again, right now you're just blending out the concealer, so it is gonna look like you're still kind of pale or whatever. That's fine. I'm about to fix that right now. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to take a foundation. I personally take a foundation. Some people may not do this. I do this because it just kind of helps, but I take a foundation that is more like a powder. So this here is the Mary Kay Mineral Powder Foundation, bronze number 4. And what I do is I take a brush like this type of brush, which is a shadow brush. It's okay, it's a shadow brush. So what I do is I take this brush here, and I take the foundation powder, and I just get a little bit on the brush and tap it, and then I literally go in circular motion to just clean up under the brow, because I'm not putting on any eyeshadow, so there's no need for me to have all this excess whitening, like excess like flashback. So do the same thing on this side. And another tip is, when you're using your foundation, your liquid foundation, you can take that and use it under your eye. Like put just enough on your brush, or if you're using like a sponge, foundation sponge or something, just put enough and just dab underneath the brow, and do the same thing at the top. I just personally like using the brush because it's easier for me and it's more convenient. I mean, it's so much quicker. Either way, it's quicker. So now I'm doing the same thing that I did underneath the brow to the top of the brow. And remember, we are, I mean, even though I'm only doing an eyebrow tutorial, I can put some foundation on, which is not a problem. But let's do what we're supposed to be doing. Let's do what we're supposed to be doing. Doing. All right, so now your brows look good. They look like you just got them done. And the lady say, okay, honey, done, you eyebrow done, honey, you like? And you be like, sis, Miss Annie, you did that. You did that, girl. All right, so that is it for the brows. Literally, let's jump right in to these eyelashes. All right, so now on to part 2 of this video, guys. All right, so now we are going to do our eyelash application. This should not take you no more than 5 minutes or less to do. I'm going to take this Ulta Voluminous Volume Mascara and I'm going to add it to my lashes. This helps to I don't know how to say, like, I feel like when you put mascara on your lashes before you put your lashes on, it's kind of like a guard. It's almost like a guard to kind of help the glue not ruin so much of your lash. But yeah, so you put the mascara on. All right, I feel like people make funny, or maybe it's just me, let me not say people, but I feel like I make the funniest faces when I'm trying to put my mascara on, which is so crazy. My eyebrows looks pretty good. I could fix this side up, but we'll do that in a second. So yeah, all right, so now I'm gonna take, oh, something just come on my face. So now we're gonna take these lashes that I got from MAC. I'm not sure what style this is because I don't have the container anymore. I threw it away. But these are the lashes I've been using kind of frequently right now because they're not like as long and as dramatic. They're just pretty natural. So I'm gonna take my duo glue. So after you put your mascara on, you're gonna take your eyelash glue of your choice. I like to use the Duo. This is the Duo Strip Lash Adhesive in the color Dark Tone, so it is like a rubber black. So you're gonna put it on your eyelash, and just how I'm doing right now. Some people, when they do it, they blow on it to kind of like dry the glue a little bit faster, which is fine. I do it sometimes, but not all the time. So when you're taking, so if you notice with the lashes, and we have to be careful with some lashes because some lashes you will not tell what's your cat eye corner versus the ending of your eye. So in this case, the reason why I know that this one goes on this side is because it's shorter in the front. So that's another way you know what lash goes on what side. So now what I'm gonna do, pay attention. I feel like my nails can be my tweezers, but in most cases, people that normally don't know how to put their lashes on, the easiest way and the more efficient way is to use tweezers. I have tweezers, I didn't pull them out and I'm not gonna grab them at the moment, so we're just gonna go ahead and just apply it. So I normally hold the corner of my eye to hold my eye down and put it literally right on the lid. It's kind of easier if you look down when you're doing it, and it's okay if you get some lash glue on your so look down So you feel like until you feel like it's where it's supposed to be. So there. All right. So again, what I did was I took the lash and I placed it right in between my lashes, my real lashes, and the lid. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's normally where when you put your eyeliner, it's that part. So I kind of put it like right there, but closer to like the lash hair. So you want to put it close to your lash hair. So let me see. So like right in this area, that's where you want to put it, right here. Not directly on the lash, but just enough to where it's like hitting the lash, but it's still on skin. I just personally think it's better that way because when you get ready to take your lashes off, you're not ripping off your lashes. There is lash remover glue that you can purchase. I mean, not glue, lash remover that you can purchase. It comes in like a little wand. There's different brands, so I can't really call out a name at the moment. But I know Kiss has theirs. But yeah. So now we're gonna do the same thing to this side. All right. It's a habit, y'all. I always have to hold my corner down to make it easier to do. You don't have to do this, so, well, on this side, I normally hold this corner, so my bad. So what I do on this side is I hold the corner. Ugh, it's harder for me to do. It's hard when I'm trying to explain it. All right. So what we're gonna do here is now we're gonna do the same thing to this side. And you're just going to place it and look down when you do it. Make it easier. Oh. So lashes are just, they're so tricky. So that's why I say like it's kind of hard to do, but sometimes I can't really get it all the time. But all right. So now I have both of the lashes on, and yeah. So that's pretty much it with brows and lashes. Hopefully it helped in the way that I did it. So yeah. Alright guys, so that completes this 2-in-1 video. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I went ahead and just added a little bit of foundation on as well as some lip. I did just some regular foundation, nothing too special. I used some black Radiance foundation, and I did for my lips, I did Cork's lip liner and this Forever 21 lip gloss in like a nude color. So yeah, so that's pretty much it with that. Hopefully I explained and was as detailed as possible. I will do my best to, if I decide to do another video like that, I will do my best to be more detailed, but I feel like when you're doing your lashes, it's kind of hard to explain. And if you look up other lash videos, they're not that long. Like, it's literally mascara, glue on your lash, put the lash on. But I understand because I had the hardest time putting on lashes before. And again, these lashes are from MAC. I don't remember what style, but everything that was used, including this foundation, including my lip gloss and my lip liner, I will put in a description box below for you guys to go and purchase of your choice. Alright guys, so don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and tap that notification bell, and let me know if this video was helpful to any new eyebrow and eyelash beginners. I would definitely love to do more of these. I don't want to do too many because it's kind of like self-explanatory, but I will do my best. If it becomes highly requested for me to do again, hopefully by that time I will be more advanced. But in the meantime, again, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel. All right, see you in my next video.